Hello everyone, this is KJPC Gaming. Welcome back to the Infected Season 3, Episode 1. I've been waiting to start this until version 10 went public, and that's where we're at. Version 10 update, woohoo! The latest is that the crossbow bolts you can now make in bulk, and let's see, here we are, bulk items. You can now make 10 bolts at a time, 20 fragments, 10 feathers, 10 sticks, super easy. We're going to follow the tutorial. It says gather sticks and stones and try not to tab out of the game too much, because I've been doing that lately. I don't know why. There is enough rocks laying on the ground to pretty much make a forge. And I think it has to sit on a floor, though. All right, let's take a look at where we are. Ooh. Well, there's a road directly to the croc pond. That's good. Everything's far away except for this cave, which I hope will help us. I wonder how rough these mountains are, this direct shot to town, because there's definitely some stuff and things that we need in that town. I gotta turn off the wind. Alrighty. Well, first things first, let's start building. We're gonna open our inventory with tab, and we're going to put a rock and a single stick over there to make an axe. And then we'll hold down F. The next thing it wants us to do is make a stone blade. Open your inventory, pick up a rock. There's 10,000 rocks, find one. There we go. Pick up a rock, click on your anvil thing here. Just put that in by itself. There we go. Now we need to gather plant fiber. We do that by cutting down a tree. We're going to be cutting down a lot of trees. There we go. Just cutting down that tree gives us plant fiber and bark chips. And I have the hiccups. Good grief. Now we're going to make a stone pickaxe. Craft a stone pickaxe. Don't forget to look at the Itempedia for details about what items are needed to craft it. Itempedia is in your inventory, and you click on this book. Itempedia is right here, and weapons is first. Weapons includes tools. So they want us to use 1 stick, 1 stone blade, and 2 plant fiber on the crafted by the player or on the workbench. So stick, blade, and 2 fiber. Here's a stick, a blade, and 2 fibers. There we go. All right. Next thing is to build a saw bench. Before we do that, let's decide where we're going to build. So the lake is here, but the 2 nearest roads are at the back end of this area. I'll pick up the sticks. Rocks we've got billions of. Sticks, I'd rather pick them up off the ground than have to struggle. Let's see here. Oh, there's a road right here. And the lake is, see, the road goes that way. And the lake is right there. And we want to be able to drive the truck off the road into the property. I see a raccoon walking down the road. All right. So if we drive right straight this way, the lake is still pretty far over there. But I think we can build right here. This looks like a good place. Let's chop down some trees. We're going to chop down a bunch of these. And then we're going to be dealing with the sun. It is much easier to chop down these smaller trees. But you don't get nearly as much wood out of them. And so I'm just going to chop down the ones I think are going to be kind of in the way. Or at least in the way temporarily. Alright. Here's another one. Definitely keeping that big tree right there. And I think I'll keep that big tree as well. So let's get rid of these ones. Now this bit takes a little while. It takes a minute to get going. And that is the natural grind of a survival game. And survival games are what I enjoy playing. And this grind doesn't bother me at all. I find it super relaxing. Right, so let's start over here because we'll be in the shade. So we'll put down in placeables. First item up is a saw bench. And I usually end up having to move this thing a little bit. That takes 4 logs. I also usually pile up all my logs pretty much on the saw bench. As near as possible anyway. That way they're all in the shade with me and I don't have to worry too much about the sun resistance just when I'm out here grabbing stuff. Oh, I see some food. That is definitely on the list. Finding carbs, that's right there. So we don't necessarily have to do this in order. Don't leave food just sitting there because it does despawn. Although I can't tell you the despawn time on food. I saw a stick, saw sticks, sticks. Give me sticks. There we go. You can harvest this lumber for sticks and this is getting silly now. You can harvest the lumber for sticks and firewood. You can harvest firewood for sticks. Let's just keep making planks. How much of a mountain can I build? Is it totally in my way? Oh, yummy. Watermelon. You'll notice that everything looks mowed and clean and nice, and that is because I do have the foliage turned down for the very first part of the game. You guys know that those of you that have been with me before, you know that I do sometimes turn the foliage back up, but it's super hard on my computer. I usually build at least my first base right on the ground. We'll just start with that much. This is also in the tutorial. The next thing is to build a foundation, and that's what I'm doing right now. And if you read those instructions, let's get that one in there. It tells you build a foundation. In the build tab, books icon, select the construction button and select wood foundation. Place a foundation in a desired location. You will need to chop trees and add logs and planks to complete the construction. We'll just keep grabbing these. We'll see how much time we have for this. Uh-oh. Red means that it's not buildable. And That clear look means that it is buildable. Got that one, and we need some more. I've never exactly calculated how many trees it takes to build a decent starting cabin. But it is a lot. And so cutting down these bigger trees definitely helps because you could get so many more out of them. And once we add the planks that we're making to this first foundation, that part of the tutorial will be done. I just happen to know that that's not nearly enough to build this little bit right here. All right, now we are stuffed up with all kinds of stuff. We have too much stuff. And so the next step I'm going to take is actually, I'm going to go into my inventory and click on the book, placeables, and storage, and grab a storage chest. Oops. And try, and try, and try. We're also going to grab a stick stand. So once again, click on the book, placeables, storage, and sticks. There it is. We'll just put that right there. That gets some stuff out of the way. All right. We need 8 planks for that. Some of this stuff we want to keep. Now, I don't want to sit here and drag everything over. It takes too long. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and then right mouse click. And that moves groups of things. The alt key moves single things, but it also moves the shift key also moves single items as well. I think I got all those. And now we don't have anything in the way. I'm going to go ahead and move those things out and grab as many of these as I can, which is all of them. I'm trying not to trip over my own fingers. Right. The next thing we need after all of that is to get some things going. We will need a forge. I think that's the next thing. Oh, campfire's next. So the next thing we need is actually a campfire. So I'm going to go ahead and go into inventory, click on the book, and grab a shelter. And try to straighten it up a little bit. The shelter takes 4 logs. We'll have some left over from cutting this tree down. Good grief. I'm so used to having that that better axe. Get in there. There we go. I'll put that there. And now we need to make a campfire. Open your inventory. In books, placeables, and food is the campfire. I'm just going to put it at one end here and start adding rocks. Picking up sticks. So now we're going to wander around and gather some stuff and scare the heck out of a sheepo. I could make a weapon at this point and grab some meat, but I'll have to store it until I've got the campfire built. I'm going to go ahead and put that over there. Let's keep this going while we're doing this. Here's a bird. You can also kill the birds. They're easier to kill when they're on the ground, but here's one that's on the ground dead already. So we'll grab that so we have feathers. Oh, I ran out of stamina. Let's get out of the sun. Here's some potatoes. How are we doing? Oh, we're getting thirsty. It's hot. Let's see, 3, 6, 9. Here's an onion. There's some more potatoes. We'll be able to cook those as well. So I think that's enough because I think I already put in 2. Oh my gosh. That'll help with the water. Oh, we've got 2 of those. Good deal. You see that water just maxed out from eating 4 slices of watermelon. That's a saver. It's a lifesaver. It's also a huge time saver because at this point we pretty much have to boil all of our water. All right, we need 8 firewood. Here's 4. This takes forever. It takes 7 strikes to take down these old stumps and get firewood. This takes a millisecond. And you get sticks out of it as well, which we need. There we go. All right. So back over here, we'll drop off our sticks. We will drop off our rocks and food and feathers, and we will grab all of that out of there. And now we can drop all these bark chips in there. That's almost full. And we can light it up, and we have fire. All right, the next thing that we need to do is to build a forge and make an iron ingot. But before we do that, we really need to consider our food situation. So over here in Itempedia, it has the instructions for a basic, somewhere is a basic spear. There it is. We need 1 blade, 3 sticks, and 5 plant fiber. So we'll go grab a rock and we will make a blade. There we go. We need 3 sticks and we need 5 plant fiber. And there's a stone spear. That automatically goes into your weapons. If you have 4 weapons already, it won't let you make something. It'll just sit on this thing, the parts, and the craft thing won't let you craft. So that went into number 3. So if we push number 3, we have a spear. Now do we have a sheep? There's some more potatoes. Having a campfire right away makes you water secure because all you got to do is put the dirty water in there. Do I have any left? I do. Takes 1 water to put the fire out. We are not going to be able to drink that yet. When you pick up a log off the ground, that puts whatever in your hand away. All right, let's try to get some fish. The fish are pretty few and far between, and you have to be careful against drowning. There's one. If you put that white dot right on them, it'll grab it. Oops, that was the shadow. I was chasing a shadow. There we go. That is more than enough fish for right now. We do have to harvest the fish. So we'll take it out of our bag and throw it on the ground. All right, the next thing that I want to do is fill up that bucket on there. So I'm actually going to dump out all that fresh water and fill up this bucket completely. This is why you want to be close to the water when you start building. Even if all you put in is a temporary camp next to the water, it's still so much easier to drag the water a couple of feet than it is all the way across the compound. All right, there we go. We can empty that out and we can start the fire. Now, if you move your fire, which I often do, once I've got a covered building, I usually do move the fire. You'll lose all your firewood and all your water. So remember that if you've got it fully loaded up, we got 4 little spots there to put food, and we're doing great. The next couple of things we're actually going to cover tomorrow. And let's see, that's completely clear. So let's go put all these planks in. Yeah, that was all of them. Except for those 2. We'll just, oops, that didn't get cooked. Just grab this fish. You'll notice that I do have 5 rations there. Can also bake some potatoes. All right. When you eat meat, it lowers your water. So it makes you thirsty, so you'll want to keep an eye on that. Also, don't leave food out because of raccoons. And do we have any more trees cut down? I don't think so. One of the other changes in version 10 is you can cut down any tree, any standing tree. Unfortunately, the logs that are laying on the ground, oh my God, look, they went everywhere. The logs that are laying on the ground like this, we still can't do anything with that. That's not really that far from the road. I think I'm all right with that. Grab all those things. And then we've got more potatoes here. There we go. If you don't see all these circles, it just means that you haven't quite engaged with the campfire yet. Can't do anything with this stuff except for eat it until after we have a food bench. But here's another onion, so I'm going to grab that. Get that in there. Go grab a little bit more of this wood. My God, it really went flying. Ah, sticks. The rain brings sticks. There we go. Really do need all the sticks we can get right now. Also, when it's raining, you don't suffer from the sun. You also don't suffer from the sun when you're standing in the shade or inside of a building. Even buildings that have glass roofs. Oh, I ran out of stamina. Oh dear. I don't think we can get this. He's not going to stop moving. We don't need a bird yet. We'll make bows and arrows and stuff like that later on. Is he coming back for more? Alrighty. My inventory's full. It's full of something. Aha. Alright. The next step that I'm going to take is I'm going to cover this. I'm going to put a wall at either end. Just like that. And then I'm going to put a roof over that. And then we'll have this long open area. And we'll leave these other walls open until we have to close them. That way expansion is easier and we won't be losing a ton of materials tearing things apart. All right, you guys, we have started the Infected Season 3. When we come back next time, we're going to build a forge and we're going to get some iron going. And yeah, it's going to be great. Thank you all so much for coming along. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're enjoying the content, then please click that like button. And as always, have an amazing day.